Now your Super Doppler 10 forecast with meteorologist Jeremy Wheeler.
All right, well, we got the snow tracker up, and you can clearly see we're in store for some snow. This is for Saturday. We've got a 100% chance of getting accumulating snow on Hampton roads. And the timing for this is tonight through Saturday afternoon. Saturday evening should shut down. And then the impacts, road closures, there's going to be a lot of them, and power outages. That's going to be the two main impacts from this big snow. So let's have a look at what's going on right now. And we have this area low pressure down towards Georgia and South Carolina. That's it. It's a weak area low pressure. This is not a big, powerful system. It's just that it's wrapped up into so much moisture, and it's going to hit some cold air. That's it. That's the trick. That's the key. So there it is. Right now it's down southwest of Charleston, South Carolina. It's going to move east and then move northeast along the coast. It'll stay offshore, but it'll get close enough that it'll bring the winds with it as we get into tomorrow. That's going to change from yesterday. All right, so Super Doppler 10, we already have moisture pumping into the region, and so I'm detecting a few flurries in there west of Richmond, and we could easily see a few flurries out there later today into the afternoon. Even a light snow shower or two is possible for the evening commute. So let's take a look at this. This is future track. Let's time this out, see what's going to happen. And so from noon into the 3 o'clock hour, expecting lots of clouds. A sprinkle or two is possible. You see a little green there. A sprinkle or maybe even a flurry as we get into the 5, 6 o'clock hour. Before, the same model had a few snow showers in towards the evening. I'm not going to rule it out. Isolated snow shower or two, but it should be light and it should melt. Now we go into the 9:30 time frame, and we're starting to see the snow pick up already a little bit. Again, when this first falls, it's going to melt at first because the ground temperatures are still warm and the air temperatures will be above freezing at 9:30. However, as we get around midnight, 2 a.m., now things kick into high gear. You got a lot of snow coming down, so even if temperatures were above freezing, which they won't be, that snow would start to stick. So it is going to be sticking at 2 a.m. Keep an eye on this mix line in here around Elizabeth City. That's rain in the green, and pink is a mix. So that hangs out into Virginia Beach for a little while, up through 7 a.m., may even last a little bit longer. That is going to make for a very tricky forecast, because if this comes in, it's going to reduce the amounts there quite a bit. But you go northwest just a little bit, and you're talking about possibly a foot of snow into Chesapeake, Suffolk. And I'll show you the map coming up. But either way, lots of snow happening in the morning. This is at the noon hour. The cold air drops south. We change that mix into snow, and there's snow for everybody in the viewing area except for places south of Manio. That won't happen until the very end, between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock. But at 3 o'clock, snow still coming down along the coast, drying out inland, and a few leftovers at 5, but it should move out just about at that point, and then it moves out to sea. So going to be pretty much an all-day snow for you. Now, the snow totals, that same computer model coming in with about 9, 10, 11 inches of snow into Hampton roads. Look at these lesser amounts in there. Currituck down to Killable Hills, almost a foot in Suffolk, maybe an inch in Killable Hills. That's what our model's coming up with. The European model is a bit more broad. It's got lower numbers here, but it's got a little bit more as you go to the south. So my snow forecast map. This is it. This is the update. Earlier I had 10 inches plus. I want to put some kind of a range in there for folks because I think they thought it was just 10 inches. This is more than 10 inches in the pink area from Bertie County, now up into Norfolk, Portsmouth, northern Virginia Beach, and into Hampton. This is 4 to 6 for Melfa and the Northern Neck, 6 to 10 now for Gloucester and Williamsburg. And again, I've got lesser amounts across Manio, Wanchese. It's up to that mix line. Here's the closer view of this. Again, Williamsburg 6 to 10, Surrey, Sussex 6 to 10 inches, Cape Charles 4 to 6, but you're in 10 to 13 in here around Gates County on up into Chesapeake, northwestern Virginia Beach, and then also Norfolk, Portsmouth, Hampton, and Newport News. Now, you were in the 10 to 13 inch zone. There's a lot of models suggesting that we're going to hit these types of numbers, and it is possible. That mixed zone shouldn't affect you that far inland, but you know what? It's so close. There's such a big range. Stay tuned for updates. It could easily change. A small change in direction with the low will change those numbers. Here's the temperatures. We're going to be in the upper 30s this afternoon, and then tonight we're going to be down in the low 30s. We'll drop to around the 30-degree mark Saturday, 7 a.m., and then we'll be in the 20s and 30s through the day tomorrow. We don't have time for tracking the winds right now. Let me show you that 7-day forecast. And bottom line is it's going to stay cold enough the snow could stick all the way through Sunday and possibly into Monday.
Now we continue our team coverage this midday as crews get ready for the storm.
10 on your side's Jason Marks joins us live from Virginia Beach, where crews are already out. And Jason, there could be significant snow, so are the crews ready?
Yeah, absolutely. They're ready to go, as ready as you can be for a major event like this. Right now, things are quiet here at Virginia Beach Public Works, but that will soon change. Crews will start coming in around 11:30 tonight, and then most of the rest of the crews will come in around 6:30, and then they'll go 12 hours on, 12 hours off. What they'll be doing is they'll hitting the roads, spreading this sand salt mixture. Let me bring a little bit over. Now, it's sand salt mixed together, and what it is you have this sand, so you got a little bit of traction, and then obviously it's got the salt mixed in, and the salt will melt whatever we have, whether it's snow and ice. Now, this could be a very big event for Virginia Beach. As you mentioned, crews have been out here this morning getting ready, but they're really taking a break right now because they want to make sure they have themselves rested, because it will be a very long couple of hours. 35 trucks here in Virginia Beach. They'll be hitting the roads. Just to give you an idea of how much sand and salt mixture they have, that's 1,500 tons you're looking at right there. That's equivalent to 3 jumbo jets. Officials say VDOT is also supplying a dozen more trucks for the area. Now remember, they have a job to do, and they'll be doing that job over the next 48 hours. So the best thing for you to do is stay off the road.
We're still telling people, if you don't have to be on the road, don't do it. I mean, not just tomorrow, but tomorrow night and Sunday, because temperature's going to be in the teens. We're going to be dealing with ice. We're going to have a lot of things going.
And here in Virginia Beach, they have about 900 lane miles to plow. Just to give you an idea, that's about from here to Memphis, Tennessee. So obviously they'll start with the major roads, Virginia Beach Boulevard, Independence, then they'll go to the secondaries. If you think they're coming down your neighborhood road, think again, they will not be doing that. They just don't have enough supplies. Now coming up at 2 o'clock, there'll be a news conference here with officials in Virginia Beach. I'll be tweeting that at Jason Marks Wavy. I'll also have updates for you on wavy.com. And for now, that's the latest here in Virginia Beach. Now back to you.
Jason, thank you. And from Virginia Beach to the peninsula, crews are getting ready for as much as a foot of snow.
And that is a lot. 10 News Side's Matt Gregory joins us now live and continues our team coverage. Matt?
Yeah, they began brining today from city to city in Hampton Roads. How they pre-treat the roads can be different, but mostly on the peninsula from Hampton to Newport News, they do brining, which you can see based on those small light tracks that are on the asphalt here. This is J. Clyde Morris Boulevard, and this is what they talk about when they talk about the major thoroughfares and major roads that they need to pre-treat. J. Clyde Morris is a great example of one that they have to do because it leads down to the Riverside Hospital. That's one of those streets that they want to make sure has the ability to melt snow in case of emergencies. It also has an overpass over there, which you can see. Those are the first places to freeze, those and bridges, when the winter temperatures get so low and there's water or any moisture on them. So they're pre-treating them throughout the afternoon, and we're going to be following some of the crews around here as they get through some of the other major thoroughfares in Newport News. Now, I also spoke to folks in Hampton, the people in Hampton Road, obviously, in Mercury Boulevard, and I also spoke.
And we're having some technical difficulties with Matt Gregory's live shot on the peninsula, but he has explained that crews there are prepared and they're going to work very hard to try and get the roads cleared of snow as soon as it hits. We'll be checking back in with Matt tonight on WAVY News 10 beginning at 4. In the meantime, if you do have anywhere that you need to go this weekend, we have some tips to keep you safe. Check your brakes and tires. This plays a huge role in stopping and going in the snow. Make sure your battery and lights are properly working. Have clear vision. Make sure your windshield wipers are in working condition. And here's a big one for you. Make sure you have an emergency kit in your car, including sand or kitty litter, a small shovel, flashlight, and blankets in case you get stuck. And keep your tank at least half full.
From your car to the sky, make sure you check your flights before you take off. Several airlines at Norfolk International are offering change fee waivers for flights leaving Norfolk, and in Newport News, Williamsburg, travel advisories have been offered as the storm moves our direction. Now, before you go to your flight, double and triple check to make sure it is not canceled.
New at 12:30, Governor Terry McAuliffe says the National Guard is ready and extra help from VDOT is on its way to Hampton Roads.
10 News Side's Stephanie Harris was with the governor at an event in Virginia Beach this morning. And Stephanie, what help is the state sending this way?
Well, guys, the governor has pledged the full resources of the Commonwealth to the Hampton Roads area to tackle this winter storm. That includes manpower and equipment. VDOT has 555 pieces of snow removal equipment in Hampton Roads already. And this morning, the governor ordered them to move about 70 more pieces of equipment and 23 what he calls Tiger teams to Hampton Roads. Now, VDOT says they should be here by 2 o'clock. Those Tiger teams consist of 66 crew members from other parts of the state that'll be deployed to Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Chesapeake, and Portsmouth. VDOT says those cities requested the extra help, and that's where the crews will be going to help clear the streets. So the governor is asking people to not park along the streets if possible so that crews can get through and stay off the roads altogether.
So on the weekend, stay home, watch football, have a cold beer, and enjoy it, but just don't go on the roads because it's going to be a significant amount of snow.
And the governor says he will consider declaring a state of emergency if it's necessary. He specifically mentioned that would have to happen if they have to shut down the ports and move large amounts of snow into the water. He'll be meeting with his advisors again at 3 o'clock this afternoon. We'll report any changes or updates from his office then. Stephanie Harris, 10 on your side.
With a big storm on the way, North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper is wasting no time.
Cooper has already declared a state of emergency for all of North Carolina. Investigative reporter Chris Horn is in the newsroom with details on what this means.
Dawn and Katie, Governor Cooper says it's important for people to stay off the roads once the snow starts and even to remain off the roads afterward. That way cars won't end up stuck or abandoned on the side of the road and the plows can do their work. Cooper held a press conference this morning at the State Department of Emergency Management. He says cars left on the side of the road will be towed. Cooper is assuring North Carolinians that the state is ready.
The National Guard is on ready in the event that we need them. There are about 1,900 DOT trucks that are across the state that are ready to be deployed.
Cooper says don't call 911 for weather or road conditions. The best way to stay on top of those is online at readync.org. And of course, we'll have a link on WAVY.com. You can download their app. Cooper had an important reminder for folks while everybody's thinking about snow this weekend. Monday is FEMA's deadline for applying for federal flood assistance from Hurricane Matthew back in October, so keep that in mind. Live in the newsroom, Chris Horn, 10 on your side.